Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. And today I'm accompanied by your honor. Yeah, there is nothing about lucky in this, but I have done a couple of dual stream before with the Monster Poker Club, so it's fun. It's really fun. Yeah, today we are playing a 2550 cash game on Player Spot, and apart from 2550 cash game, we are also playing one tournament. Just sure, sure. Let's see. So we will keep discussing what you would have done versus what I'm doing. And whenever you feel like you would have done something else, you can always ask me why I'm doing that. And there is always a difference in perspective in almost everything in life. Same goes with poker. Yeah. Okay. So in tournament we have just registered with a 17,500 stack, which is like 62 big blinds. And in cash game, we are playing just heads up right now. I mean, I will prefer this table to fill up. If it doesn't, then we'll probably change the table. And in heads up, the ranges are usually very wide, and we will try to play the game as per the game flow. I mean, who should have the best hand on a given board, who has the betting lead, who has the aggression pre-flop, what ranges strikes to what ranges, everything we are going to. So in this hand, if we see he opened the button and he called and now he's betting, I think definitely has almost all the ace X in his range, but then because the flop goes check check turns, I have checked, so I don't have any ace. Because of that, my range becomes pretty capped. So for that reason, even the smaller straight, I'm not going to fold as of now. If a diamond would have rolled out on river, then my hand was like good to bluff as well. But right now, I can only fold or call. We check back, which shows that we are the winners. All right, guys. So, how you all are doing in poker? What do you play? Would love to see your comments. Whether you play tournaments, whether you play cash games, how you are doing in general. All right, I think it's just time for us to close the table and maybe go to a full table. Okay, no problem. Take your time. In between, we have got a table with just one empty seat. So we'll continue playing on this table. We are starting the game with 80 big blinds. So 80, when we are 80 big blinds deep, we cannot have too many bluffs pre-flop or post-flop. We will have to be playing little bit straightforward. I mean, little bit straightforward. Now, my little bit straightforward may be very zigzag for you, but let's see. It's, I mean, 20 goes little bit on lower side because the thing is, I mean, 20 is fine, but at once you register at 20, you cannot avoid a flip as also. So ultimately, the variance increases. That's what we call as variance. That it's a flip, but I will have to take it. That's variance. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. Our aim is to win the tournament. Sorry, how? Yeah, just a minute. I'll check. So, okay, so I need to do this. All right. So, who all are in, guys? Who all are currently with me? Who all wants to talk to me something regarding to poker, maybe tournaments, maybe cash games? I mean, I'm not the perfect cash game guy. I mean, I'm okay to play, but I'm not the but I'm a good tournament guy. I mean, I can answer your queries for tournaments. Okay, so chalo, what we'll do is we will play hands. Okay, and I will keep explaining whatever hand I play. I will keep explaining you why I am doing any specific action. Okay, so in this hand, I'll tell you. This guy limps UTG. Okay, I raise from small blind. He calls. Flop comes king 3-3. I see bet on the flop. He calls. Turn comes a jack. I check. He checks. Now I think. Okay, I got it. Is it fine now? All right, all right, all right, all right. Yes, and this is the tournament. So in last hand, what happened? I missed the river action. Yeah. So in last hand, I'll tell you what happened. So this was the hover hand on small blind. UTG limps and then he calls our bet. So now he's almost never going to have hands like aces, kings, queens. Even he won't even have a three. Most of the hands he will have here is some kind of mediocre pocket pair like fours, five, sixes, which wants to hit set, or otherwise suited connectors in the lower side of like 5 6 suited, 6 7 suited, 7 8 suited, 7 9 suited, one gappers, two gappers. I mean, the high VPIP guys are usually very fond of those suited connectors. So we obviously raised our hand because our hand was very strong versus his range that he's going to limp. And when the flop comes king 3-3, he's almost never connected to this board. And we are connected more often than not. We almost always have aces, kings, queens, jacks, ace, king, king, queen. So I see bet on this flop in bluff. I wanted him to fold his small pocket pairs. Fours like obviously if he has quads, then he's never folding. But apart from that, he has like fours, five, sixes, everything that he's going to fold. So I bet on the flop in bluff to make him fold his pocket pairs. Okay. Then when I hit a jack on the turn, then I don't need to bluff anymore. King 3-3 was the flop. I have just ace high. I'm betting to make him fold his small pocket pairs because I'm not winning against them. Turn comes a jack. Now I'm winning against them, so I don't need to bluff anymore. So I checked because once in a while he will end up showing king 9 suited, king 8 suited, king 10 suited type of hands, which are winning. So I don't want to bet and get called by a better hand. So I checked the turn, but once he checks back, I mean, I'm pretty sure I have the winning hand. So I bet very small on the river and he folds. So we take down. Now here we have opened from early position and the big blind is the only color. Now the flop is very good for us. Paired flush draw. Pretty strong. So we will bet here and he folds. Okay, no problem. हाँ, अच्छा खासा strong hand था. But I almost never like check back my strong hands unless it's like locked up and the SPR is low. अभी now pot में 400 है and we have 4000 behind. अभी अगर इतना पैसा अगर middle में आना है तो I will have to bet 3. So I'm never going to check back my strong hands. Set ho, two pair ho, full house ho, flush ho, kuch bhi ho. I'm not checking back anything because I'm betting every time. Because I'm betting in bluffs also every time. So if I check back my nuts and I bet with bluffs, then it becomes little dicey when we check back. Everyone gets to know, okay, this guy is checking back means he has very strong hand. So in tournament we have ace queen off first to act. I mean it's a 6 max, so the first position will not be called a UTG. It will be called. I mean this is button, this is cutoff, this is hijack, this is low jack. Either we call it low jack or maybe middle position also we can say. In 9 max it goes like UTG plus 1, MP1, MP2, then hijack and cutoff. So we open ace queen off and button 3 bets. I mean it's fine to 4 bet. The problem is if we 4 bet it's a bluff. Because if he's 3 betting ace king, jacks, tens type of hands, then this is a bluff 4 bet. But I don't want to bluff at this stage, so I will just call. And flop is okay for us. If he's bluffing with some king queen, jack queen, then we still have the best hand. Okay, he just opened jam. So now let's think about it. I think he has pairs like 8s, 9s, 10s. And aces and kings, aces and queens we are blocking. He can definitely have kings as well. But he should not. हाँ, probably aces और kings के साथ वो ऐसा नहीं करेगा. But then अपने को बस ये देखना है कि how much equity we have versus the range that we are putting him on. अगर हम उसको उस रेंज पे रख रहे हैं कि he has a pocket pair, more often than not he has a pocket pair under queen, like 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks. Then we had a straight draw and 2 overcards. So that's like 4 plus 6, 10 outs. 10 outs on the flop is 40% equity. So for 40% equity, the pot was just I think 2600 I guess. No, yeah, 20, like my effective stack was 14. So if I call it off, then 14 plus 14, 28, 28 plus 4000. I think plot was 4000. So 32,000 will be the pot. And I have 14. So I have to all of 14 to win 32. That makes it like what? 44% equity maybe. So that's what my required equity is 44%. But I have maximum 40% if what we think is correct. He has 8s, 9s. If once in a while also he shows some kings or ace king, he's bluffing with ace king. He wants me to fold pocket eights. So in those cases, the scenario gets very, very bad because in that case we are very behind. So that hmm, definitely, definitely. So क्या होता है कि once you start doing it on regular basis, You just get used to it. I mean, you open someone three bets, you flat ace jack suited, the flop comes 3 7 jack with two hearts. You have ace jack of spades. You check, other guy bets, you raise, he jams. This is the action. यहाँ तक action एकदम straightforward हुआ है. Now you start thinking, okay, what I have ace jack, so I am blocking jacks, I am blocking aces, so mostly he has kings and queens. Okay, if at all he is jamming for value. Then against kings and queens, what are my outs? Plus 2 5, that is 20%. And then versus flush draws, if he's jamming king queen of hearts, ace queen of hearts, versus those hands, what are my outs? So मतलब वो बहुत जल्दी कैलकुलेशन होता है if you are playing it regularly. But if you are like just a newbie, then obviously it will take a lot of time for you to, first you have to understand it off the table. Once you do it off the table, then slowly you will get it. All right, we open in cash table. We opened ace queen suited first to act. Flop is good for us. We have open-ended backdoor flush draw and two overcards. So versus his range, I don't think he's even folding lower open-enders. So I will just bet little bigger here. Because in general, if I have any value hand, including king, queen, or jacks, tens, aces, kings, everything, I'm going to bet little bigger on this board. Because he will never fold his lower open-enders also. Now this is not that bad of a card. I mean, he still has some jack 7, 10, 7 suited. I mean, he actually got there with an 8. If he has an 8, then he has a straight. But that 8 also we can make fold on the river. So for that, what we'll do is we'll first bet 200 here. I mean, it's fine to just check it back also. But okay, now it's interesting because we actually have a strong hand, but we are still not beating it. I think I'll go with the bluff and try to make him fold an 8. Because I don't think he's ever calling one pair hands on the turn. I'll probably just go all in. If he has a king, I mean, it's actually difficult for him to call even a king. 8 is to snap fold. So when I 4x jam here, I mean, I'm literally representing only and only full houses, not even full houses and nut straights. Alright, this is it. Sure. No. Okay. Alright. Okay. No equity, no bluff. So you should, in poker, you should usually only be like semi bluffing, and actual bluffing should be very less. I mean, you can, but there are so many factors that you need to have. You should have range advantage, then you should have a passive or a weak action from your opponent, then you should be deep enough to make that move. If you want to really like no equity bluff, and in general, you should usually only be semi bluffing. I mean, bluff with an equity. For example, I'll give you an example. So if you have a hand like Jack 9 suited and the flop comes 5 6 7, 5 6 7 with two hearts. Alright. Your opponent, who is the raiser, and you are a caller from big blind or from any position, he bats. And now you can easily raise this spot. Why? Because not only you have a very good equity, but also this is a good board for you to, in general, have stronger hands than your opponent. I mean, he's going to have aces, kings, which are not really very strong hand on this 5 6 7 2 hearts board. So I was just saying, Parth, about trying to like include semi bluffs in your overall gameplay and reduce the absolute bluffs. I have seen so many people just putting it in, just going bad for no reason. I mean, without any blockers, without any range advantage. They just think that the other person will fold. Okay, so we have raised in Canada, we have raised and we have a flush draw. In general, I'm going to bet little bigger on this board in three-way opponent if I have very strong hands. So that's why I'm going to do here with this hand as well. Now this is a semi bluff. All right. So apart from flush draw, now we have one overcard and an open ender as well. Blocking 9 jack here is good. Blocking 9 jack means he's less likely to have straights. Now I'll go bigger and then I will just jam the river. Okay, we didn't get that, but I think I'm still jamming because first thing SPR is low. Second, thing, I mean, if I have taken this line, I have made this pot. I didn't come here to just check and give up. Even though hearts are bad to have, I mean, now it's less likely that he has flush draw. So, but that's fine. I mean, I'm going to get called a lot of times, but I cannot stop myself bluffing. So, in general, if I have aces kings also, I'm probably going to take the same line. And there are so many spots I get into where I know that other person is opponent is going to call me off, but I cannot stop myself from bluffing because if I don't bluff that spot, I end up under bluffing. If I under bluff, then not only I don't not win the money which I should by bluffing, but also I don't get paid when I actually have that. Now a full table has seen that okay, this guy has bluffed that hand very aggressively. Okay, so here I think I'm going to jam because I have to call off only 850 on 1450. So I'm getting very good pot outs. So even though this guy should have some of the pocket pairs, some ace highs, but after two calls, there is too much dead money for me. So it's a flip which we lost. So okay, that's fine. But in general, if you see King Queen versus fives, we had 50% equity. So we just needed to put in like 50-50 amount. But we actually put in much less than 50 amount because the pot was what 1100 plus 1100 22 plus yeah, almost 2600 pot, and we had to put in only Parth, shall we meet after the break, just for 2-3 minutes break? Yeah, I can't hear you. Yes. हाँ मतलब ब्रेक चल रहा है टूर्नामेंट में भी 2-3 मिनट ही बचे हैं तो जस्ट आफ्टर द ब्रेक अपन मिलते हैं ना. ओके. श्योर श्योर श्योर. Which one type spot? No, that's easy. Shipping is easier. Spots are tough. Shipping is easier. Spots are tough. What are you gonna play now? I'm waiting for you. Indeed. Okay. Okay. Uh, I mean, yes, in general, if you are not able to, win any on any specific stake, then you should go down and check. Once you start consistently winning on a stake with average EV, I mean, you should not be like running bad or running good. You should be running average. Then only you should, try to take a shot at higher stakes. And once you think that okay, I have taken 10 shots at higher stakes and I have won in 7 of them, then I think it's time to move up. Happens. I have seen the worst of the worst downswings and best of the best upswings. Both I have seen. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also pretty sure that a lot of viewers already know about it because I've actually discussed this thing in almost all of my streams or interviews before. But there will definitely be so many of them who wouldn't know it. And yeah, so I got good upswing back in maybe 2014 for the first time when I first realized what is upswing. Before that, I was like pretty much standard once in a while poker guy and used to play very recreationally. Was in a job and just normally time pass. However, I like poker a lot, but I was not playing professionally, and that makes a lot of difference. Yeah, so then but I used to play like this 5, 10, 10, 20 type of games, and then I got into very big upswing, and I ended up converting my 2,500 rupees bankroll in a 1.5 lakh rupees bankroll in 7 days. Without any deposits, just pure running good. Not even 2nd July to 7th July, 5 days. Only cash games. I moved from 5, 10, 10, 20 to 100, 200 in 5 days. मतलब पहले दिन जीत रहा हूँ तो कुछ 10,000 हो गया. आई सेट एट 2550 तो 40,000 हो गया. नेक्स्ट डे आई सेट एट मतलब 2550 एंड 2550 पीएलओ 2 टेबल्स तो वो कुछ 80,000 हो गया. फोर्थ डे सीधा 100 200 1.5 lakhs हो गया. एक्चुअली इट हैपेंस. आई मीन ऐसा होता है ना. अच्छा अभी यहाँ पे एक्शन देखो. इट्स लिम्प पॉट. वी लिम्प फ्रॉम स्मॉल ब्लाइंड and this is the flop and this guy bets on the flop small. I call turn 2 pairs. He bets big. I call. Now I will check and hope we are good. Maybe king 9 or something. What this guy is. Okay. So हाँ क्या चीज. ओके. नहीं वो एक्चुअली मतलब उसने फ्लॉप बैट किया टर्न बैट किया. फ्लॉप पे अपना मिडिल पेयर था. बैकडोर फर्स्ट ड्रॉ था. बैकडोर स्ट्रेट ड्रॉ था. अपन ने कॉल लिया. टर्न पे 2 पेयर हुआ. उसने फिर बड़ा बैट किया बट अपना 2 पेयर भी कोई बहुत अच्छा नहीं था. इफ ही हैज एनी 2 पेयर बेटर देन मतलब उसके बाद हो सकते हैं अपने से बेटर. सो आई स्प्लैटेड. देन रिवर पे एस आ गया बोर्ड पे. 1 कार्ड स्ट्रेट हो गया. आई वाज इन मूड टू चेक फोल्ड बट उस चेक बैक कर दिया एंड वी वॉन. सो उस टाइम पे फिर 10 20 5 10 10 20 से आई मूड अप टू 100 200. देन अगले 4 महीने तक ऐसा ही चला. जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर अक्टूबर एंड इवन नवंबर हाफ में भी 4.5 मंथ तक मतलब एवरीवेयर मतलब जहां भी मैंने हाथ डाला अलग कहते ना वो वो कौन सा स्टोन होता है ना, मिडास टच, जहां भी हाथ डाल रहा हूँ वहां मैं पैसा जीत रहा हूँ पोकर में। लाइव, ऑनलाइन, pokerstars.com, Indian sites, everywhere I won. So that was one of the upswings that I had. Sick upswings. Then समझा नहीं मतलब। हाँ, वापस हुआ ना, बिल्कुल हुआ, एंड दिस टाइम इट वाज फॉर लाइक वन एंड हाफ ईयर. So that time I made in four and a half months I made like maybe 6-7 lakhs, because उस टाइम तो मैं मतलब छोटी स्टेक से बड़ी स्टेक पे पहुंचा ही था, मतलब 7 दिन में पहुंच गया था जाने में तो, है ना। अब पोकर में एक प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि मूविंग अप स्टेक्स इज वेरी वेरी इजी, मूविंग डाउन स्टेक्स इज एक्सट्रीमली डिफिकल्ट। बिकॉज क्या होता है कि मूविंग अप में तो आपको जो है ना डोपामाइन रश मिलता है, यू गेट किक इनसाइड कि 50 100 से 100 200 पे पहुंच गए, बट 100 200 से 25 50 आने में जो आपको दर्द होता है ना, क्या यार, ये जो पॉट है ना, इतना तो मैं रेज कर लेता हूँ 100 200 में। एग्जैक्टली, सो that is little bit detrimental in general for your game as well and your bankroll as well. तो अभी उस टाइम पे यही हुआ, 4 साढ़े 4 महीने का मेरे पास अच्छा अपस्विंग चला, एंड देन बैक टू बैक उसके पीछे डाउन स्विंग आया। वो जो 6-7 लाख था, उसके अंदर 2-3 लाख मेरी जेब से मिला के 10 लाख गए मेरे अगले 3 महीने में। जब जब आप novice player होते हो ना, जब आप when you don't know these upswings downswings, you just know that you play poker and then you are winning. आप पॉकेट पेयर खेलते हो तो सेट लगता है, सूटेड कार्ड खेलते हो तो फ्लश लगता है, आपका फ्लश होता है तो अगले का सेट होता है, आपका सेट होता है तो अगले का टू पेयर होता है। यू जस्ट फील लाइक कि भाई आई एम ओनली प्लेइंग वेरी स्टैंडर्ड, मतलब सॉरी, कार्ड्स तो स्टैंडर्ड ही आ रहे हैं, आई एम बेस्ट पोकर, आपको ऐसा लगने लग जाता है। तो उस टाइम भी यही हुआ, मतलब जैसे मैं जीतने लगा ना, मतलब फर्स्ट मंथ, सेकंड मंथ, थर्ड मंथ आते आते तो आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग कि इट्स नॉट फार, इट्स आई मीन प्रोबेबली इट वाज 2014, सो अगस्त सितंबर 2014 चल रहा था, एंड आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग कि 2015 में जो आ रहा है जुलाई, उसमें आई एम डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू बी सिटिंग विद लाइक डेनियल एंड आईवी एंड एवरीवन। मतलब जिस स्पीड से चल रहा था मैं, आई फेल्ट लाइक दैट। So that is obviously a very immature thinking, but ठीक है, वो होता है, मतलब नए प्लेयर्स को आ जाती है वो फीलिंग, they get into a good run and they feel like I'm the poker god. So mhm, yeah. So currently we have almost a starting stack in tournament 17,000, and here I think we have lost one bind till now, 4,000, and with the next bind we are at more or less the same bind. Okay, our aim is to ship the tournament and make our bind 5x here. That looks pretty easy, yeah. Definitely, definitely. So today, what are we giving away to viewers? O- Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. सैटरडे को मतलब इन जनरल मैं कम ही रखता हूँ, मतलब ज्यादा क्या वैल्यू भी नहीं होती है, एंड देन सैटरडे है, एक दो दिन तो चिल मारना ही चाहिए। मी नो नो, आई एम फुल टाइम इनटू पोकर। There are multiple things, but poker is the main source. There are things which will be like which are for future, not for present. Yeah. हाँ मतलब है, देखो रिक्रिएशनली तो बहुत सारे खेलते होंगे, ठीक है, बट सीरियसली मतलब आई वोंट से प्रोफेशनली, बट सीरियसली अगर देखा जाए तो आई एम नॉट इन टच विद अ लॉट ऑफ देम, बट मेनली जो है अनिर्बान मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, हु वाज इन मतलब मेरे ही बैचमेट, मेरा बैचमेट ही था, एंड वी यूज्ड टू प्ले लॉट ऑफ हेड्स अप एंड थ्री वे एवरीथिंग, whenever we used to get time we used to play poker in IIM. So he is still like playing very मतलब इनफ वॉल्यूम डाल रहा है वो अभी अभी। सो आई थिंक ही इज द ओनली गाय जिसको मैं जानता हूँ जो इतना वॉल्यूम डाल रहा है। बाकी रिक्रिएशनली तो देर आर सो मेनी प्लेयर्स, एक सुमित करके मेरा फ्रेंड था, आईएम में था, बैचमेट था, ही इज आल्सो लाइक समटाइम्स आई हैव सीन हिम प्लेइंग ऑन अड्डा एंड ऑल। ओके सो कट ऑफ ये ब्लफ थ्री बैट है बेसिकली, दिस थ्री बैट इज नॉट अ वैल्यू थ्री बैट ऑब्वियसली, इट्स अ ब्लफ थ्री बैट। This range connects to actually both players. He is going to have a lot of 9-10 suited, Jack 10, Queen 10 type of hands. So I think यहाँ पे अपने को क्या करना पड़ेगा, दो बैरल करेंगे अपन, दोनों थोड़ी बड़ी करेंगे और तीसरे में गिव अप मार देंगे बस। अगर 7 लग गया तब तो फिर मतलब ठीक है, हो ही जाएगा अपना काम, बट वो पहले फोल्ड हो गया तो चलो चलेगा। हाँ एग्जैक्टली। द थिंग इज एस 8 9 टू क्लब्स के बोर्ड पे व्हेन वी हैव डायमंड्स, तो अगले के पास क्लब्स होंगे तो भी वो कंटिन्यू करेगा, ठीक है, और अगर ब्रॉडवेज होंगे, क्वीन जैक 10 जैक 10 क्वीन टाइप के गट्टी एंड ओपन हैंडर्स, तो भी वो कंटिन्यू करेगा फॉर एटलीस्ट वन स्ट्रीट। तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि यूजुअली टर्न पे कोई ना कोई ऐसा कार्ड आ ही जाएगा, 10 आ गया, क्वीन आ गया, जैक आ गया, कोई ना कोई ऐसा कार्ड आ जाएगा जो कि कोई ना कोई स्ट्रीट को कन्वर्ट करेगा। एंड बिकॉज वी आर नॉट ब्लॉकिंग एनी ऑफ द स्ट्रीट्स, तो हम यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं कि अगर टर्न पे ब्रॉडवे आ जाता तो हम गिव अप ही मार देते थे। बट अगर टर्न पे ब्रॉडवे नहीं आता, टर्न पे कोई छोटा कार्ड आता, ड्यूस 3 आ गया, 4 आ गया, 5 आ गया, देन वी वुड हैव कंटिन्यूड फॉर वन मोर स्ट्रीट एंड देन ऑन रिवर इफ ही स्टिल कॉल्स। I think yes, let me check. Yes. Hi Pradeep, how are you? Pradeep is a good friend. Okay, in tournament finally we have one hand, playable hand, 33 big blind. This guy limps, we have made it 2.5x. Big blind calls. I don't mind this guy 3 betting jamming. He folds, wow. Alright, so this board in general is little bit draw heavy. Versus big blinds range is going to have a lot of gutty open enders, maybe some flush draws and some middling and the top pairs. But in general, his hand is not very strong enough to call a big bet from me as of now. Yes, he will for once if he has any kind of connectivity, but he won't be able to like withstand. His range won't be able to withstand too much pressure in the coming streets, especially when we have one ace of spades. So jack of spade, queen of spade, these kind of hands. Like now, this card is little bit more connected to his range. He is going to have 6-8 suited, 6-8 offsuit, 7-9 suited, 7-9 offsuit, 8-10 type of hand. So I'm just going to check here. If I hit pair on the river, then I will value, okay, this is a very bad card because now he's going to have all the sevens. So can't do anything except folding. तो ओवरऑल जो आपको गिव अप करना है या एग्रेशन कंटिन्यू रखना है, इस टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन जो रन आउट आ रहा है वो किस फेवर में जा रहा है, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ योर होल्डिंग. अगर वो आपके फेवर में जा रहा है एंड यू हैव द परफेक्ट ब्लॉकर्स फॉर दैट, फॉर एग्जांपल आई गिव यू, तो फ्लॉप कम्स 3-4-10, you bet small, he calls. Turn comes a jack, you bet big, he calls. River comes a queen. अभी ये जो रन आउट है ना, दिस रन आउट इज एक्सट्रीमली इन फेवर ऑफ द रेजर. सो नाउ इस बोर्ड पे रिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ माई होल्डिंग मैं बैट बैट ऑल इन कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है, because I'm going to have, it's not like I'm just bluffing every time. I'm actually going to have a lot of strong hands on this run out. I'm going to have jacks, queens, queen jack, queen 10, jack 10, even king, everything, right? But अगर ये बोर्ड होता है कि 3-4-10, I bet he calls, turn comes a 5, I bet little bigger, he calls, and river comes a 7. अब ये पूरा जो रन आउट है ना, इट्स इन हिज फेवर. तो मतलब यहाँ चाहे मेरे पास वैल्यू भी है, वैल्यू हैंड भी है ना, तो आई विल हैव टू बिकम वेरी पैसिव ऑन रिवर. मतलब मैं बैट तो कर ही नहीं सकता. अगर वो बैट भी कर रहा है तो आई विल हैव टू थिंक ट्वाइस बिफोर कॉलिंग. सो whether I need to continue the aggression or just give it up depends totally on the where the overall EV of the route is moving towards. मतलब इक्विटी, जो एवरेज इक्विटी है रेंज की, वो किसकी तरफ टिल्ट हो रही है. राइट राइट, वही. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि उस बोर्ड पे मेरे पास कभी स्ट्रॉन्ग हैंड्स नहीं होंगे, बट मेरी जो रेंज है उसको मुझे पहले ही खेलना पड़ेगा. वंस इन अ वाइल क्या होगा कि माय रेंज विल एंड अप हैविंग सम ऑफ द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट हैंड ऑफ दैट बोर्ड. जैसे कि मैंने 6-8 सूटेड कहीं से ओपन कर दिया और ये रन आउट आया 3-4-10, आई बैट स्मॉल, मेरे ब्लफ में ही कॉल्स, टर्न पे आएगा 5, आई हैव ओपन एंडर, आई बैट बिग, ही कॉल्स, एंड रिवर पे आएगा 7, मेरे पास नट्स हो गए. तो वहां पे दोज आर द स्पॉट्स जहां पे मैं प्रोबेबली कर सकता हूं, मतलब आई कैन प्ले वेरी एग्रेसिव. Okay, we bet, sorry, we raise, and this guy calls from big blind. On this board, little bit draw heavy. I'm in general going to bet very big. He calls, we take the pot. Yes. हाँ होता है. मतलब it takes a lot of showdowns. I mean, either you must know the person or you must have some showdowns, maybe 10, 15, 20 showdowns before you can, make some judgments about his play. So for example, 20 runouts में से I see that one person has on 10 runouts he has called till river with his middle pair or top pair with no kicker on a board which contained a straight and a flush, but he ended up calling till river. So now I know that this guy is a station. I mean, I will not try to bluff him. But whenever I have a very strong hand, I will just bombard him. Okay. Now in 20 showdowns, I have seen that one guy never raised his top pair. He just called. Even the top pair strong kicker also, he just flatted. I will never call his raise on only top pair. I will rather call on 2 pair plus or on a draw which can crack sets and 2 pairs. Okay, sorry. तो यहाँ पे अपने पास जैक्स है. दिस गाय रेजेस. Now we are going to 3 bet him. अभी अपन ने थोड़ी देर पहले 5-6 suited पे भी 3 bet किया था. But now this is real hand. Given that how deep we are for like 70 bigs plus jacks is pretty much strong enough to get it in. अच्छा अभी यहाँ पे इस बोर्ड पे raise call. Okay, let's try. This is kind of a little bit gambling hand. Okay, so यहाँ पे अभी 3 way में I don't think I am like good enough to bet here. Sorry, 4 way में. So 4 way में I will just check it. We have just stopped right now, but with 2 SPR, I think yes. Once this guy checks, I'm going to get it in versus this guy. Because the razor था, अपन कर रहे हैं jam. It's a little bit difficult spot. Because once we call here, we cannot fold on river. I think I'll just fold here. It was 4-way pot, so like it's not. Well, it's good enough likely that alright, यहाँ पे चलो टूर्नामेंट में भी got the double up. यहाँ पे यही प्रॉब्लम है कि if I call on the turn and the river is like, even if it's a brick, I mean it's not even a brick, but even if it's a brick and he jams, it's very difficult for me to call off because it was 4-way. एक बार वो heads up होता तो you cannot just put him on king highs, but 4-way में क्या होता है कि someone is supposed to have some hands like king jack, king 10 suited, king queen. So that is the reason I had to fold. Plus there was one more guy behind me, so I don't even know what this guy has. I mean मैं उसका कॉल करूँ ये पीछे से ऑल इन कर दे तो मतलब और भी गंदा स्पॉट हो जाए. तो ठीक है 4-way में it's fine to just play a little bit nitty. अच्छा यहाँ पे अपन ने ओपन किया 2 कॉलर्स एंड सो यहाँ पे सबसे पहले तो अपने को ये देखना है कि अपने से बेटर हैंड किसके पास हो सकता है क्या. तो बेटर हैंड एस जैक एस क्वीन एस किंग. एस किंग डेफिनेटली 3 bet आ जाती, एस क्वीन मोस्टली 3 bet आ जाती. सो देयर इज ओनली वन बेटर हैंड व्हिच इज एस जैक, मतलब टेकर वाइज. एंड उसके अलावा जो बेटर हैंड्स है ना वो है ड्यूसेस एंड एस 9. हाँ दैट इज व्हाई सी माय बेट इज स्मॉल. अभी यहाँ पे क्या है कि 3-4 3-5 तो कोई नहीं खेल रहा होगा, वो भी गट्टी है, मतलब ओपन एंडर्स तो कोई है ही नहीं. फ्लश ड्रॉज जो है वो भी टर्न पे देखेंगे, जब कन्वर्ट होगा देन वी विल ट्राई टू डिसाइड वेदर ही हैज इट और नॉट. बट वंस आई बेट स्मॉल ऑन द फ्लॉप एंड ही कॉल्स देन आई एम एबल टू बेट बिग ऑन द टर्न. एंड उसकी जितनी वाइड रेंज को मैं रखूंगा ना उतना ही मुझे ज्यादा प्रॉफिट होगा टर्न. मतलब अगर मैं उसको वहां पे पॉकेट फोर्स से भी कॉल करवा रहा हूँ विच इज लाइक थर्ड पेयर, तो पॉकेट का इक्विटी क्या है टर्न का 4%. तो मैं उसके 4% की इक्विटी पे आई एम टेलिंग हिम टू पुट इन 16% ऑफ द पॉट. मतलब आई एम बेटिंग 1/5 राइट, सो ही हैज दैट्स 1/6. तो 16% पैसा डालने को बोल रहा हूँ 4%, दैट्स a -12% EV फॉर हिम. क्योंकि अभी तक तो रिवर तो आया नहीं ना, अभी तो पहले टर्न का एक्शन होगा, तो टर्न पे थोड़ी मैं उसको चेक दे दूंगा. सो ही वोंट रियली हैव 8%, ही विल हैव जस्ट 4%. या सो टर्न पे जो मैं बेट करूंगा दैट विल बी हिज ऑड्स फॉर द रिवर. फ्लॉप पे जो मैं बेट करूंगा दैट विल बी हिज ऑड्स फॉर द टर्न. सो आई डोंट माइंड, मतलब उस बोर्ड पे आई डोंट माइंड. अगर वो नाउ इफ ही वांट्स टू प्ले किंग क्वीन आल्सो देयर, यू आर वेलकम टू प्ले. On ace 9 deuce 2 hearts board, if you want to play king queen with 1 heart also, you are welcome to play. I don't mind because उसका equity कितना ही है, मतलब he has to literally hit runner. तो जितने भी रनर रनर होंगे ना वो सब मिला के भी उसका कुछ 15-20% 25% इक्विटी बनेगा. सो आई डोंट माइंड दैट. अगर 25% इक्विटी वाला मुझे वैसे 25 भी नहीं बनेगा बट ठीक है 25 भी मान लो तो भी आई डोंट माइंड कि हाँ 75% आई एम विनिंग दैट 100 रुपीज एक्स्ट्रा ना. प्लस देन द लॉजिक कि भाई अभी तो रनर रनर लगाने के लिए पहले टर्न लगा, उसके बाद टर्न पे कॉल ले, उसके बाद रिवर पे देखना कि रिवर वाला लग रहा है कि नहीं लग रहा है. चलो एनीवेज फाइनली वी हैव वन डबल अप इन टूर्नामेंट. You tell me about yourself. When did you started playing and okay, okay. Time back, Pradeep had commented that you are mute. You are not on mute anymore now. Oh, okay, 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 okay. That's the issue. Okay, okay, okay. That's the issue. So we will have to adjust in one way or the other way. नहीं मैं लाइव में अभी इन दिनों